Welcome to the Inspiring You Show. If we've met, I'm Henry. My friends, I'm going to share with you a channeled message that I received from my guides during a meditation. Now, I often get information and, sometimes it can be for me personally, sometimes it can be for a client, sometimes it can be for, to share publicly. And so this is a message that was for me as well as really encouraged to share too with everyone else in regarding to my personal experience with understanding it. And also maybe you can gain something from it as well. So here is the message. If you're feeling waves of anxiety or despair about the future, you're certainly not alone. This pivotal moment in our evolution, known by many names such as the Great Awakening, the Ascension, or the dawning of the Age of Aquarius, is ushering in powerful shifts. Around the world, millions are committed to peace, equality, and prosperity for all. Remember, what you may be seeing in mainstream media captures only a sliver of what's truly happening. While fear and division may seem amplified, there are echoes of the old ways that are dissolving. The heart, when opened, becomes a gateway into a new earth. And with every choice to bless, pray, and love, we move away from judgment, condemnation, and conflict. We are never alone or separate. Rather, we are empowered divine beings walking a human path uplifted by every act of kindness and compassion. So that message was, given to me when y'all, these last days since the election in the US as an intuitive empath, whew, the waves that have gone through the collective have been really intense at times in regard to the loss and grief. And I have been using the tools, you know, uh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. And I was just having a conversation with my guides, like, holy moly, and just feeling a little bit caught in some intensity. And so that's why then the message coming in, if you're feeling the waves of anxiety or despair about the future, you're certainly not alone. And it was a reminding that, we are in an individual experience within the collective. And also then the guides reminding me, that this is a pivotal moment in our evolution. And, sometimes, they'll say that, we label things and talk about things and identify things, on earth in such a way and giving it names. And so that's why they say the Great Awakening, the Ascension, or the dawning of the Age of Aquarius. Yet the whole underlying of the message was really just to remember that we're in powerful shifts and that being in this human experience, you know, every generation has been moving towards progress and evolution in its own ways, even if we may not really sometimes be able to understand the subtle shifts around it. And so we are at a time though when a lot of things are happening in terms of the dismantling of old earth, dissolving the patriarchy in terms of clearing, and we may not be fully there yet. That has been happening in layers of transformation. And right now we are in one, which is one of the energy forecast themes of this month is layers of transformation. And so with it, this message then is really just reminding us that, to really stay in the heart and allow that to be a gateway into new earth with every choice, being in that space to bless, be in gratitude, peace, love, harmony, and just really starting to clear ourselves from that aspect of division and condemnation and conflict, because it can be really powerful just to start with one person. And so but within all of this, it is also important to recognize, if you are feeling sadness, loss and grief, or mourning the loss of the notion of progress and feeling just really deflated, it is really important for the human to acknowledge this, because when I was talking to my guides, that was what I was acknowledging, my human experience. I was saying how I was feeling in my human experience. And that doesn't mean that, I'm not in a higher vibration. You're multidimensional. You can be experiencing, so many things at once. And so it's important to acknowledge our humanness in this. And it does not mean that you're not receiving information, that your higher self soul isn't coming in, that your guides aren't talking to you. And so I was having a conversation with my guides about, sometimes, being an intuitive empath and not only going through my own process, but feeling the waves in the collective, and and just the sadness that, you know, you know, being in that hopeful space of the thought of the notion of progress in what you think would be beneficial, but knowing that we live in a collective experience, and maybe then it's not, maybe we maybe not ready for it, or there might be more lessons to learn. Whatever the case is, you still have to process the sadness, the disappointment, and really just kind of allow yourself to use the tools. And so that's then, the message that the guides gave me is, if you're feeling the waves of anxiety or despair about the future, you're not alone. So you're not alone. And then with that, then they said this pivotal moment in the evolution is known by the Great Awakening, the Ascension, the dawning of Age of Aquarius. It's ushering in powerful shifts, and then the guys reminding us that millions are committed to peace, equality, and prosperity for all. And I think that's a really important piece to remember, that there's so many people around the world that are committed to peace, equality, and prosperity for all. And then also just remembering that, what we may see in the mainstream media may only really capture only a sliver of what's truly happening and what's really real. And then just to remind us that while fear and division may seem amplified, these are echoes of just the old ways of dissolving. And for us to remember to use our tools and to go into the heart. And when the heart opens, it becomes a gateway for the new earth. And then every choice to bless, pray, love, be in peace, really moves us away from that condemnation and conflict. And then also, we're never alone or really separate, that our guides are here with us, and that we are also supported in so many ways, and that we are empowered divine beings walking a human path, uplifted by every act of compassion and kindness. So, just remembering that you are an empowered creator, and that even though you might be processing things, that's completely okay. Just take care of your human in whatever is supportive for you. And when you are ready to process at a deeper level, let yourself process. And also make sure to do some acts of kindness for your human, whatever that looks like. If it's going for a walk outside, if it's also, doing something that just brings you joy, maybe eating your favorite meal, or I don't know, it could be going bowling, or whatever it is that just, helps you in terms of just finding something that brings you joy and just lights you up. Let yourself do that, and just remember that saying, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And just remember, we're here to learn, grow, and evolve. And so lean into your tools, take care of yourself, and be kind and compassionate. And with that, that will really support you. And then also continue remembering that you are a light, my friends. You are a unique light that does light up this world in your unique way. So let yourself continue doing that. And with that, my friends, that's it for now. Much love.